Welcome back to the Intersect podcast, where we are trying to change your outlook on mental health with laid-back conversations and comedy. On this episode, we have a very, very special guest, Alicia. I'm very excited to dive into her stories. And guys, I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone that has supported us. The feedback has been beautiful. Make sure you give us a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Keep your head up and your mental health even higher. There's not one way, there's multiple, guys. Now on to the episode.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I want to dive into some of the things that we've spoken about because I'm very excited. It's going to be a very informative episode for a lot of people.
You've been like, I can't wait to get you on
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
every week.
Well,
Come on.
You're someone that gives like feedback as well.
Yeah.
Which I love because it like if you go, oh yeah, episode was alright, but kind of shit.
Right.
Like maybe do this, maybe do that. I'm like, see, it kind of gives me a bit of a direction to like lean towards,
Yeah.
which is good.
No, I really like what you're doing. I've been telling all my friends, I'm like, listen to it. It's good. He just chats shit half the time, but it's good.
Yeah, half the time it is talking absolute fucking shit, which is why I want to dive into yours.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about, I won't give too much away to start off with, but tell us a little bit about like before everything happened, like how you were feeling mentally.
Like before, like a year ago.
Yeah.
Done.
That just cooked.
Just done.
Yeah.
Just needed a fresh start.
Yeah.
I was done. That's like sums it all up pretty much.
Did you, because you were heavy.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
nearly 130 kilos.
That's fucking
127 to be exact. So.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like, do you think you gained that weight from comfortability in a relationship?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I was always the chubby kid. I was never
Right.
really a
Yeah.
fit kid. Didn't like sport, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Which is funny because I love it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a lot of, like my mental issues started very young because I didn't have the best upbringing.
Yeah.
Family was not really around. I was alone a lot. So food was my comfort, which it is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then also when you're being told so much by someone that you can't have something, it just makes you kind of want it a bit more. Like
Yeah.
growing up, it was always like, you can't eat that, you're getting fat. Fuck off, I'm going to eat that.
I want it now.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
And you just stuff your face till you're like stuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until the point, I guess, where you're like satisfied.
Yeah, which is usually when I want to throw up.
Yeah.
Like it was
Oh,
binge eating bad
yeah.
since I was like a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
So-
I think, yeah, when I moved here to Geraldton in 2019,
Yeah.
I was 90 kilos or in the
Right.
90s.
Yeah.
So I wasn't huge, but still, like I'm not very tall either. So
Yeah.
it was there.
So you put on in what, was it 2 years? 3 years. 2013 you had the surgery, yeah? No, 2023 or 2022.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of
I was up in the 120s for a couple of years though.
right.
So when I moved to Geraldton, it was like a year later I had my daughter,
Yeah.
and then that was not fun. I lost my job, and then I was stuck isolating at home pregnant because of COVID
Yeah.
and whatnot. And I mean, comfort
Yeah.
is food. So probably didn't help that I have a partner that does like takeaway.
Yeah.
That probably didn't help.
Yeah.
But when you're so depressed, you just don't want to do anything but cook. So when he goes like, let's just get Macca's, it's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, straight to the
Gimme,
yeah.
gimme. Let's get pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll eat a whole pizza in one sitting.
Pizza is so good.
It's so good. I still eat pizza, but I
Yeah.
have to make adjustments.
Well, as you do with a lot of weight loss stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when it comes to like, and I've said this multiple times, but if you do it right, you can eat anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, you don't have to restrict yourself to fucking chicken and rice or broccoli and fucking carrots.
Broccoli and carrots.
Like,
Let's just eat broccoli and carrots for a week.
fuck, I wouldn't say that because it's a mental health podcast, but you just couldn't, like, you would relapse very quickly, I think.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
So after I had my daughter, started with a PT. She was helping me with my eating and stuff, and I would do really well for a couple of months, and then something would happen, and mentally I'd just fall down again, and then it's like binging and then restricting and then binging and then restricting, and it's not good.
That was that still Maddie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maddie, I can't remember her last name.
I don't know her last name.
What the fuck?
I can't remember her last name either.
Yeah, Maddie
Madison at Snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
She still does my programs now. I love her. She's great.
I know I spoke a little bit of shit about Snap, but there are some good PTs there. But so you were already in the mindset of working out, starting to eat healthy, but then
after I had my daughter, I was at the gym. Like, I was strong,
yeah,
but I just couldn't lose the weight. I love the gym. I've been going to the gym for like, was 2019's 5 years now? Yeah. So like 5 years.
Yeah.
Love it. Still do.
Yeah.
And I was strong, but I just couldn't lose the weight because I couldn't eat right.
Yeah.
It's binge eating disorder. It fucks you up.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard mentally.
It's such a comforting thing.
And when you've had that habit since you were 13 years old,
it's hard to break.
yeah.
Which is fair. So did you try counting calories and shit, all that stuff, and nothing?
It was one of those things where, like, during the day, so good. And then come to nighttime and it's like, oh, I'll just have like a little chocky, little treat, whole bag gone.
Yeah.
It's almost like it was like you black out and then you come back and you're just like,
Everything's
all this
gone.
food's gone.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Oh, shit. I don't feel too good. I must have
Chocolate
eaten it.
stains all over your mouth, and you're like, shit, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I had a binge eating disorder, but when I was at my heaviest, my eating schedule was like, I wouldn't eat breakfast in the morning, and then I would go to work, and I would either have lunch or not have lunch, and majority of the time, if I had lunch, it would be something shit, and then I would come home and just eat a fat fucking meal with something, and then I would go sit on my computer and eat like 2 bags of pods
Yeah.
and like a bag of M&Ms or something.
I tried that too. What is it? The intermittent fasting?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I tried that as well. That would just make me want to eat more.
Well, that's the thing I think that put the weight on.
Yeah.
Is because I wasn't exercising. I wasn't doing anything physical. But then I was eating shit food, and majority of it at night. So I would have like a big dinner, like 2 portions or whatever the fuck I would have, and then just eat so much shit,
Yeah.
and then just keep doing
My
that.
portion sizes were pretty big as well.
Yeah.
Massive
I
plates.
feel like I can eat a lot of food.
Mountain.
That's the thing with like, I know I can put away some food.
Yeah, same.
So you have to limit your shit. Or like when you get to the point where you're like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. It's like, that's enough there. But then when it's pizza, you're like, I'll fucking eat a whole pizza. I don't care. And then maybe a whole garlic bread. Maybe like some of the kids' pizza.
Yeah.
But
It's there, I'll just eat it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good context for what is about to come up in the episode, because so you were already in the mindset of, I need to eat healthier, I need to start in the gym, I need to do all this.
I just
I need to do all that.
couldn't though.
Yeah.
It was like this massive mental block. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm actually so disappointed in myself looking back. Like, just things like I had all the resources, I had the help, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same with like exercising. Like, I would happily go and deadlift 100 kilos.
Yeah.
But when it come to doing any cardio, my body was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like my body would make excuses. Like my knees were sore, my shins hurt, my back hurt. Like
Yeah, you just start.
as much as I wanted to, it was like one of those back of the mind things. It was like, nah, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good thing that we just did last month. I had to force myself to walk 100 Ks for the month.
Yeah, you did a big walk, hey?
Yeah, I did 18 Ks,
Yeah, nah, bugger that.
which was big. It was nice though. I surprisingly enjoyed it. Besides the last 4 Ks, I felt like my fucking left foot was about to fall off. But I would have to, like, I'd come home from work, I'd see the kids and do my normal routine, and then before the workout, do 35 minutes of running majority of the time, and then do my workout, and then go. And some days I was like, bro, I don't want to fucking do this.
Yeah.
This shit fucking sucks, and it takes it out of you too. But I forced myself to do it, and it was such a good experience. I will never do it again. But it was a really good experience, and it was for a really good cause. So
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that kept me going. If someone said you have to run 100 Ks this month, and that's it, I'm like, yeah, fuck you. But because it was for a good cause, I forced myself.
See, I know it was for a good cause, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's hard. It was hard.
I could
it was
not
very
do
hard.
it.
But yeah, cardio sucks, and everyone can agree. Everyone can agree by cardio, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
So after the point of knowing that you can't do it, or not that you can't, but you needed something to help.
Yeah.
What happened? What'd you do?
I shouldn't do it. The cardio?
No, not the cardio. What happened after you did a big change?
Oh, I don't know. It took me a little while to get back into, like, a few months to get fully back into the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, just trying to, like, go for longer walks and stuff like that. But I think it was really hard. Like, I just had to try and find a routine that worked.
Yeah.
Because, that big thing was
Yeah.
fucked me up for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it would have, because you had zero anything
Yeah.
to fucking push.
I mean, I was living off of soup for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
But, like, tiny little cups of soup.
yeah.
Like, you know the little shot glasses? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even have a shot glass full.
Really?
Yeah. I've got a photo. I'll find a photo and I'll send it to you. Like, the first week, it was, like, this much was a meal.
And that was full.
Well, it was hurting.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm fucking big kudos to you. I don't know how the fuck you did. I feel like I would have died.
It took me a year to come around to the idea to getting it done.
So it wasn't like
At first, I was like, I'm not going to be one of those little bitches that bitches
Yeah.
out and gets this to... I've got very strong opinions on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Right, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a not that you saw it and gone, yep, I want to do that, but like maybe like a week or two of like doing it and going, yep.
Nah, it took me a year to come around to the idea of it, and then a year again to actually get it done.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So that gave you 2 years to become consistent with your eating and your food and
Yeah, I still didn't
gym
know.
and all that type of stuff.
I tried so hard to be consistent and like change mentally, and I was like, I knew that I had to, but it was so hard.
I think you're being very hard on yourself.
I am very hard on myself.
Because-
Even my new boss picked it up straight away. He's
Yeah.
like, you're very hard on yourself. I was like, yeah.
Because the underlying fact is you were still in that mindset of, I still need to do it. I still
Yeah.
need to go to the gym. I still need to eat healthier. Even though you relapsed and ate
Yeah.
shit, you still managed to get back on track every now and again and do it. So then when you went into what you did, it wasn't like oh shit, I don't have to do any of that shit anymore. I can just sit here and fucking do nothing and it's all just going to come
No,
off.
I knew I needed to put in the
So
work.
so
Yeah.
you were already in that.
And I feel like
mindset.
I'm even harder on myself now because I never want to be like
Yeah.
that again. Not because I was so big, but because I've done so much work on myself
Yeah.
mentally as well
Yeah.
to be a better person for myself.
Yeah.
to look after myself. So I'm so hard on myself because I never want to be like that again.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I wasn't obviously as heavy as you, but
I mean, there are bigger people out there that are very happy. I was not.
yeah,
And I'm not saying that like you're going to be happy if you lose all the weight, because you can be happy and still be
exactly.
bigger.
Yeah,
But I was not.
yeah,
So I'm knowing how much I was struggling. I got to be hard on myself. Otherwise, if I get like that again, I don't know how I'll.
It is, and that's in what episode just dropped? Was it? I think it was when the body dysmorphia one.
Oh,
where
yeah.
I said, like, everyone in the gym is like, oh, bulk. Like, you should bulk. You'll get stronger. You'll get bigger. You do this. You do that. It's like, brother, I don't. Even though I won't get back to that point, I don't want to put that weight back on.
Yeah.
Like, it's physically draining.
Yeah.
Like, you can feel everything fucking jiggle. And if going from like 71 kilos back up to 100 kilos and comparing those two versions of myself, I'd rather be down.
So that would be so hard.
Yeah, it sucks.
How long have I been? It was like a month, 6 weeks or something, that I've tried to put muscle back on because I lost all of my muscle. The scale went up because
you would have fucking...
I panicked a little bit, but then I realized like that's just...
Well, muscle is a lot more denser than fat.
Yeah.
So it's smaller but heavier.
Yeah.
So then, like, to you, all you saw was the scale go up and you go, holy fucking shit, I just put on fat. Which is it's a shit mindset. And I don't think... I'm the same. As much as I say, like, you know, oh, it doesn't really affect me. It does.
It does.
Like, and it's always going to affect you.
Anyone who's lost weight, it affects you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the big thing.
The big thing.
Yeah, that you did.
The big thing that's...
So it was 2 years in the making of...
Yeah.
Like, the research and then doctor's appointments and...
Kind of. I mean, it was 6 weeks before it actually happened that it was hectic. Hectic. But yeah, it was like, my doctor was like, oh, maybe you should consider it, because I was going to her. I was like, look, I can't lose this weight. Like, and she sent me to a dietitian. Dietitian was trying to help me. And yeah, she was like, maybe you should consider this. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, because you always hear people and they kind of like, some people have very strong opinions.
Yeah.
Some people think that it's just going to fix you.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like,
this
it doesn't
is the insider in-depth of what happens.
It does not fix you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it took me like a whole year of trying to do it myself. And then I went back to her and I was like, look, I think we might need to consider doing this.
Yeah.
And she sent off a referral, and then I had to get onto private health because that shit's expensive.
Right.
But to be covered, you have to have it for a year. Hence why it took 2 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's like nearly 30 grand.
No shit.
It's fucking expensive.
I thought maybe a few grand.
Nah, it was like 28. And I think out of pocket with the hospital fees, the anaesthetist, and the actual surgeon itself, I think I paid $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed it to be that expensive.
So I paid pretty high private health for a whole year.
Yeah.
So that they would cover that. And then dropped it straight away. I was like, I'm not paying for this shit no more.
I don't need to pay for this. Fuck them off.
The hospital was like, you
shit.
should keep it just in case. I was like, nah.
Yeah. That's so expensive.
Yeah.
Did that
for
price
a
kind of put you
90-minute surgery.
That's...
To be honest, I didn't know the price. I was just like, this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened? What did you do?
We haven't even said what it is.
We haven't.
No.
I mean, I feel like people are going to guess like what it is.
No.
So you got the gastric sleeve.
Gastric sleeve.
Yeah.
Yes. Not the bypass.
Yeah.
The sleeve.
My stupid.
Specifically the sleeve.
Yeah, the sleeve. And you informed me that there's multiple.
Yeah,
different
so
ways.
there's the sleeve,
Which
basically they're removing 80% of your stomach, which
Yep.
leaves like a little banana sleeve tube kind of thing,
Yep.
hence the sleeve
Yep.
name. It's all keyhole. So
30
there's
grand to not even get open up.
so there's 5 little incisions like this big.
Yeah.
The scars barely notice them. And they fill you up with gas and they move your your liver out the way because your stomach's under that. I've got photos.
Really?
My surgeon for my follow-up was like, here, look at your stomach. I was like, okay, thanks.
No shit.
But yeah, and there's this little, they put a tube down into your stomach and then they follow that as a guide. They've got this specific tool and they're cutting and stapling at the same time. So there's 2 rows of titanium staples that will be there forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got the sleeve.
We got the sleeve.
And then there's
the bypass as well, which I didn't really do too much research into the bypass because my surgeon was like, we're going to do the sleeve on you because I'm younger. The bypass, they reroute shit. They cut things and reroute stuff and it's a bit more intense.
Yeah.
There's also the band. I don't know if the band is a very popular option anymore. I know when I was little, my auntie had it and it didn't do a lot for her.
I think that's the one that most people think of.
Yeah.
Because you heard it so often when you were a kid. And that was just a band around your gut, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. And then there's also this balloon. You swallow a balloon and then they fill it up.
Yeah.
And it sits in your stomach.
So it's you're almost full all the time.
So you can't eat much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But my surgeon specifically opted for the sleeve because of my age.
Yeah.
I was 23 when I had it done.
Yeah.
Even though it's not reversible, you can still stretch your stomach out.
Yeah, if you keep overeating.
Yeah, so if you keep overeating, you will stretch it out over time and it'll be like nothing ever happened. So they did the sleeve because if they do the bypass, you can't do anything else. Whereas if you do the sleeve and when you're older, if I was to gain all the weight back, the bypass is an option to get it done, something again. Yeah.
Right.
When I was working for myself, I had a client, she had the bypass done and she was telling me that your body only absorbs half the calories of what you actually eat.
Right.
So I'm eating small portions and absorbing all those calories, whereas she's eating small portions and only absorbing half those calories.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
This is what she's told me anyway. I haven't really done a lot of research into it.
So you opted, he opted for the sleeve.
Yeah.
You had the sleeve. Tell us a little bit about that after. Because, a 90-minute surgery is
It fucked me up.
Yeah.
I'd never had a surgery before. I'd never been under anesthetic and knocked out.
Yeah.
And because I have such bad anxiety. And then I had a friend as well. She was like, oh, being put to sleep is one step away from being dead. I was like, why would you tell me this?
All right, you motherfucker.
Because there's different levels of consciousness.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you tell me that? Oh my God. So I was going in there dying inside.
Shitting your pants, yeah.
I was literally I was second on the list because it's only a 90-minute surgery. It happens pretty quickly. So I think I went into the hospital 6 a.m. and my dad was in there with me and I was panicking.
Yeah.
They brought in a robe. They were like, put this on. I was like, oh my God, shitting myself.
Yeah.
And then I was so nervous and my dad, he was like, can you ask if we can have something to calm her down? And so the nurse went and asked the anaesthetist who was in the theatre with the person before me.
Yeah.
And he said no, because by the time I got down there, it wouldn't have kicked in,
Right.
which made me panic more.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, it's happening
Yeah.
soon. I was like, damn. I was like, oh, my God, it's happening again. Not again. Oh, it's happening really soon.
Yeah.
And then they wheeled me away. I remember just sitting there, just laying there, just crying because I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I getting myself into? Like, this is going to change my whole life. But then there were nurses there that had it. And they were like, yeah, this is going to be hard, but it'll be so good for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, they wheeled me into theatre, put me to sleep. But because I was panicking when I went to sleep, I woke up screaming.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I just remember staring up and then waking up screaming in a different room.
It was like that for you.
Yeah. It was, they didn't even get me to count because I was panicking so much. I just remember a little prick in the arm and I was out.
No, yeah, right.
They waited till I was asleep to do anything. They were
Time
like,
to
she's
go,
panicking.
nanas.
Out you go.
Yeah.
See you later. Good night. But yeah, afterwards, it was only like a 90-minute surgery, like I've said so many times.
Okay. It's all right.
So it was like 10 o'clock by the time they took me back up to my room.
Yep.
I was so out of it for hours.
Well, it dazes the fuck out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was out of it. Apparently my dad was there, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then he was telling me when I got out of the hospital, he was like, you were yelling at them to put your stomach back.
Give me my gut back. Give it. You stole
Apparently
it.
I was like, it hurts, put it back. Yeah, apparently I was yelling at them to put my stomach back.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's cool. And apparently there were nurses that were asking me if I wanted my phone, but I couldn't see straight and I was out of it. I was like, no, I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
So my phone's turned off for hours. I think it wasn't until the next day I got on my phone and people were like, we thought you died. I was like, nah, I just couldn't, physically couldn't look at my phone.
Yeah.
Like I was in so much pain, but also the nausea.
Yeah.
That was almost worse than the pain because they've just taken out a bunch of your stomach, but your body hasn't regulated to it yet. So it's still producing the same amount of stomach acid as it usually would. So I'm so nauseous.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I'm just laying there and I've got this tube coming out of me and like a draining tube.
Yeah.
And then that night they were like, you need to get up. I was like, no, I don't want to get up.
You
Go
get
away.
up.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to get up. They were like, we're going to take your catheter out. Like, you need to get up and go to the toilet. I was like, I don't want to. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't want to get up.
You go for a fucking walk.
But just imagine like this big round person trying to sit up without busting a stitch.
Yeah.
Like I had to roll onto my side and try and push myself up.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of embarrassing because they had to help me get up. Just from these little keyhole little stitches. I mean, they removed my stomach, but
Yeah. Again, you're being hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You got to think, like, you just went through surgery. It's like, you fucking, like your gut, they probably would have had to cut through muscle. Surely.
Probably, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to fucking, like, do a sit-up if they just cut through muscle.
Yeah, no, not really.
You were laying there.
So I was in there for 3 days total. The first,
after?
Yeah. Well, no, 2 days after. So the first day was the surgery.
Oh, yeah.
The second day, and then the third day I got let to go home.
Yep.
So like 2.5 days, whatever. It wasn't until the afternoon, so I'll just say 3 days.
Yeah.
After that, I was on just water. They were like, you need to keep sipping water. I was like, I'm in so much pain. I can't, I think I was on a constant IV drip.
Yeah.
Just so that I wouldn't get dehydrated. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, you need to get up and start walking around. We're not going to let you go until you walk around, like the hospital. I was like, I'm going to fall on my ass.
Yeah.
Like, this is not cool.
Yeah.
But then because there were other people that had it done, they were also walking around.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey.
What are you in for? Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And then on the third day, they just brought me like trays of different like broths and soups.
Yeah.
They were like, we can't let you go home until we know that you can stomach something.
Yeah.
So they brought me like 3 different flavored broths, like a veggie, a chicken, and a beef.
Yeah.
I think I took a sip of each and I was like, no, I'm done.
I'm too full.
I'm fucking done, hey? And then like a couple hours later, they brought me a tray and it had like a pumpkin soup, a potato and leek soup, and some other creamy
Still
soup.
pretty watery though? Or
It wasn't thick.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't thick, but it was thicker than watery.
Yep.
I think I took like a sip of each. And then they bought me like those Peter's ice cream tubs,
Yeah.
the little ones. The fat bitch in me wanted to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
I took like one bite and I was like, no, no, thank you.
Is it because you couldn't stomach it or just because you were full?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit hard on the stomach.
Yeah. As it would be. Like, you
Yeah.
just got fucking 80% of your gut taken out.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
But there was a 2-week pre-diet before it. This is an Optifast for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That was rank.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
Powdery shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Not.
So then you did at least stomach something and they sent you home?
Yeah, so because I was able to keep something down, they were like, okay, you can go home. I had a bag of drugs, like a big bag of drugs. I had to give myself injections for 2 weeks, blood thinning so I wouldn't clot, injections for 2 weeks in the thigh. But I had this little mental thing that if I went through the tattoo, it would hurt more. And I had to do it on the side of the thigh. So I just had little bruises in all the little gaps.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not stabbing it through the line. Like, I'll go around it.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
So
then,
why blood thinners?
just so that nothing clots. Because you've been laying down and stuff
right,
like that.
okay. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not really too informative on this stuff.
To be honest, that's as much as I can tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not informative either, and
Yeah.
I had it done.
Yeah.
I had these wicked pain meds that you just put under the tongue and it would dissolve.
Yeah.
Same with these anti-nausea things as well.
Tastes like shit.
Yeah, it tastes like shit.
Tastes
Yeah.
like shit.
But they dissolve under your tongue,
Yeah.
so you don't have to swallow it.
Yeah.
You couldn't. They specifically said not to have any pills for like a month, like just
Right.
too hard, heavy on the
Yeah.
stomach. Like, don't do it. So they gave me this, I think it's called Benefiber. It's like a green fiber. It's like green, but the powder's white.
Yeah.
The container's green.
Yeah.
And they were like, you need to put this in everything. Like, you need to keep
Tastes like
fiber
shit?
up. It was tasteless.
Yeah, okay.
Tasteless.
That's
You
all
couldn't
right.
taste it. Yeah. I think it was like for a week after I was struggling. I had to stay in Perth for a week because I had a post-op appointment.
Yeah.
And they were like, don't drive or anything like that. I think the second day after I got back to my dad's, I was down at the shops walking around because I was fucking bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But then that would have taken it out of you though.
Yeah, I was buggered.
Yeah, you'd have been fucked from
Yeah.
nothing.
I was just like waddling around the shops and I needed to get like a protein powder. So I went into a sup shop and they were like, oh, what do you need it for? I was like, I just need to add like protein to food and stuff. They're like, oh, what for? I was like, I just had gastric sleeve. And she's like, oh, how long ago? I was like, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
She was like, what? And you're here walking around? I was like, yeah, I can't sit still.
Too bored, man.
I
Need some
can't
shit.
do it.
Yeah.
I have to be doing something.
So after how much weight did you drop?
The first week, 10 kilos.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You would have felt that too.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily like,
Would that have been a lot of water weight?
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much all water weight.
Yeah.
I didn't look as bloated either. Like when I went in, I was very round and it was like hard round, but I was still round, but it was soft and squishy. And then it was steady after that.
Yeah. So like a consistent
Yeah.
after.
It was very quick at the start. I think in the first few months it was 20 kilos gone, just like that. And then it stalled for a while, so your weight stalls quite regularly.
Yeah.
It will you'll drop a heap and then it will stall for a while and then you'll drop a heap again and then it will stall for a while. I think in the last few months it's just been like real steady.
Yeah.
It'll sit at for example, I was sitting at 88 for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
I was like, I just need to get to 77 because then that's 50 kilos gone. And then one morning it was like 77. I was like, whoa. And then it went back up to 88. And I was like, fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
That much?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it's a kilo. Is that a kilo?
78. Yeah. Did I say 88?
Yeah.
I meant
I was like,
78.
that's 10 kilos.
No, I meant 78.
Yeah, right, okay.
But like,
Yeah.
went back up and I was like, fuck. And then it came down and then it stayed down. And this morning I woke up and it was a kilo down again. And I was like, damn. Like, it's super random.
Fuck, that's so much.
But it like, your body as well, it's really weird because you'll like drop a heap of weight but you won't look like it. And then one morning you'll wake up and it just looks. Yeah, it's just like,
sucked
what?
in, yeah.
You've just lost a whole clothing size overnight. It's whack. It's
No shit. Could
so
that be, I mean, I'm only guessing, but like the holding of water and then like you sleep and then it just
I mean, I don't know.
sucks up.
I don't know. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
So.
That's fucking crazy.
But yeah.
So during the whole weight loss, because it's in 5 days, you said it's
Yeah,
a
in
year.
5 days it's a year.
Yep. First of all, congratulations. You look
Thanks.
absolutely amazing. What was some of the things during like the losing of the weight that not many people know of?
The first 3 months with your eating,
Yeah.
you have to teach yourself how to eat again.
It's almost like trying to learn how to walk.
You're trying to rewire your brain.
Yeah.
And you need to.
Yeah.
Because if you don't establish those habits straight away, it won't work.
Yeah. And you were still going to the gym as well
It
after a certain.
I think I got cleared after about 6 weeks to do light exercise, so walks and swimming and stuff like that. It wasn't like strenuous.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get this weight up. Like it
Let's
wasn't.
build muscle.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that, and for a little while. But yeah, the eating. So like straight out of the hospital, you're on liquids, and it's like a tiny amount, like not even a full shot glass amount, but it's 6 times a day. Like breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack kind of thing.
Water.
But then you get told to have like a water bottle with a straw because you need to drink water, but you can't scull it.
In small amounts.
Straw makes it easier.
Yeah.
Tap water didn't agree with me for a very long time either. That sat very heavy.
Tap water's dog shit.
Yeah, it is. But like,
it legit tastes like someone took a shit
it would
in
hurt.
the fucking
It
thing.
would hurt me drinking tap water.
Yeah.
So the water would have to be ice cold, and it would have to be bottled water
Yeah.
for me to stomach
Fancy.
it. Yeah, like I
You got a
had
fancy
to.
gut there.
Yeah, fancy.
Voss water.
No.
It's going to be ice cold.
It had to be cold, otherwise it wasn't happening.
Yeah, right.
But then there's the like, you know how you'd eat food and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have a little drink to wash it down.
Yeah.
No, 30 minutes before you eat, you stop drinking water. 30 minutes after you eat, you can drink water again.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's like too much.
Yeah.
Too
Pretty much.
Your
Yeah.
gut's just like,
Like you want like, even though you don't want to eat much, you have to eat what you can.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
Yeah.
For your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said before it was such like a struggle to go from like, oh, I'm just gonna eat because I can eat,
Yeah.
to then like, it's not that anymore. It's you have to eat for your body.
There was, so I think after the like first 3 months, so like the first 3 months was like teaching myself how to eat again, going from like liquids, like broth to like soups to soft foods.
like thicker and thicker
Yeah,
as
you
you put on.
slowly build up, but
Yeah.
these are over like space of 2-3 weeks. Like you have to give your stomach time to adjust.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until 3 months later I could eat red meat again.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't. But then, you know, I'd be able to eat like one whole scrambled egg, but then I would
Full.
one full one whole
full
egg, one full scrambled egg, and then you'd try to eat like a lamb chop or something, and you'd have 2 bites and you'd be in pain.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
you had to.
Oh yeah, red meat's fucking heavy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thick.
and you have to remember to chew so that your body can digest it all properly, and like don't drink water too soon after, because then it just like funnels it through, and then your body doesn't digest what it needs to and like absorb what it needs to. But then afterwards I was just kind of like eating whatever, not whatever, like making good choices, but small portions.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 months after or something, there was like this turning point really mentally where it was like, okay, I don't feel great. I should be feeling better than I am because I'm 25 kilos down. Like, I look good, but I don't feel good.
Yeah.
What's wrong? And then I was like, I'm not really eating to fuel my body.
Yeah.
Like, I was eating well.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not really eating for it to do what I want it to do.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to get back into the gym, but I was dizzy. Like, my blood pressure was dropping all the time. And then, you know, because you're not eating as much, you're like, you don't go to the toilet as regularly. So it sits there. And then, you know, so I needed to up my protein and up my fiber.
Yeah.
So I was doing that and I started to feel better. But you have to eat regularly.
Yeah.
So first thing I do when I wake up is eat.
Yeah.
And it's usually eggs.
It sounds
'Cause
nice.
I like eggs. Yeah. I like scrambled eggs. It's my go-to. It's like my comfort food. Scrambled eggs.
Fuck, man. It's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because, like you, our opinions are very much the same.
Yeah.
I
I had a very strong opinion
Yeah.
on this surgery. And now going through it, I still have a very strong opinion on it.
Yeah. So you going like before and after, you still have the same opinion.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Because my opinion, it's my self opinion, and no one has to agree with me at all. But mine is, you should only go through it if necessary. If you haven't tried every other thing
Same.
under the sun to,
Yeah.
and then it's a last resort.
And that's where I was at.
But the thing with it is you have to be in the mindset of, all right, I'm going to have to work out, like obviously not straight away, but I'm going to have to work out. I'm going to have to
It's
eat.
not necessarily like the working out. It's the eating.
The eating
It's
is a
the
big
eating,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so easy to overeat.
Yeah.
So you have to eat slowly
Yeah.
so that you can feel your stomach filling up.
Yeah.
Like before I had the surgery, I could fucking scoff it down
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, what's next? Like,
Yeah.
give me something else. But now if I did that, I would be in physical pain.
Yeah.
Like so much pain.
Yeah. So the eating, like for me, I still think the exercise is very important,
It is.
but obviously the eating, because if you don't watch what you eat or portion size and everything else, then it can just come back.
Yeah. And like you could have like, for you could have like a few days of just eating crap, like binging or whatever. And then after a few days, you'd feel like shit.
Yeah.
If I because I meal prep all my food, I
Yeah.
have everything prepped ready to go. Because if I don't, then I just don't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I like skip a meal or if I eat a bowl of ice cream or something like that, the next day I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel like shit,
It's
and I
almost
don't
straight
have a
away.
good day.
Yeah.
So I'm eating to make sure that I'm happy and feeling good every day.
So what's your opinion on it now,
Oh, well.
even after going through it?
So before I had the surgery, I was very much like, nah, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'll do it myself. Like, I don't want to be one of those little bitches that just bitches out
Yeah,
and
yeah.
gets it and
I'll do all the
a
hard
one
work.
fix all kind of
Yeah.
thing, you know? And then after I tried, I never did any weight loss injections, but I tried weight loss pills, shakes, you know, fasting, keto, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I couldn't stick to it. I got to a point where I was like, I might just do some research.
Yeah.
And after a little while, I was like, okay, I think it might be something I should consider.
Yeah.
And then after having it done, fuck, you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
You don't put in the work, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not a
Not
fix
easy.
all
Yeah.
solution. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Like I've come across people who have had it and they haven't changed their mindset, they haven't changed their eating habits, they haven't put in the work and it hasn't worked.
So they've just gone back to
Yeah,
what they were.
pretty much.
So before going into it, if you're considering something like this, you have to be in the mindset of you are gonna have to do work.
You have to change.
Like it's not just I'm gonna get this done and I'm gonna lose all the weight and I'm gonna feel amazing.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
It's not going to fix you. It's a tool to help you fix yourself.
Yeah.
And I believe that very strongly.
That's gonna be a clip.
Yeah.
And that's gonna go off. That's fire. And it's 100% true. I'm in the same mindset as well, but I think mine's very much like, yes, the food is a big thing, but for your mental state as well, not just your physical state, exercise is a big thing. So, yeah, it comes down to just, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like physically and mentally, because it's not going to be like,
Definitely.
you're just going to get it done and be like, oh, now I look fucking amazing. Yay.
Yeah.
You're going to go through stages of, and I'm sure you went through it where there was a fucking shit part where you were like in between when you started to now.
The stalls were really hard.
Yeah.
Because every time the weight would stall, it would just stop, or it would like go up a couple 100 grams or something, because like you get to a point where you're able to eat a little bit more, and then your body's like adjusting to that, and then it stops for a bit, and then it starts dropping again. But that stall, it was like, fuck, like I'm trying so hard here, like why is it not working? Then like even now sometimes I look in the mirror and I still see fat bitch. Like it's so hard.
Yeah, it's horrible. And I feel the exact same way when I bulk, because even though I don't look the same, I still I critique every part of my body and I grab bits of fat and I'm like, why the fuck?
I do that with my belly.
Yeah.
Because I held a lot of weight
you were
in
very
the front.
round.
I was very round. Yeah. So I have a lot of loose skin.
Yeah. As you would.
And on my arms, there's a lot.
Not as much as what you would expect though.
No, I'm working on that.
Yeah.
Like I specifically said to Maddie, I was like, look, I've got lots of loose skin on my inner thighs, my arms, like those are the areas I want to prioritize at the moment.
Yeah.
Trying to build some muscle.
So how do you get rid of, or not get rid of, but how do you tone the loose skin? Is it just building muscle and just getting...
you can build muscle, and then over time it does tighten as well. It's not going to, it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, my surgeon said to me as well, he was like, I don't think you'll need skin removal surgery because I am young, so it is more likely to tighten up.
Yeah.
Not so much bounce back because I've always been big, but like tighten up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about it though.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning I just got like family photos given back to me that we had a few weeks ago, and like a little bit here was tucking. So now I was like, I forgot to tuck my wing in.
Yeah. Oh.
Like just tuck my little...
Push into the shirt.
Tuck my wing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you self-conscious about it?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. When I first started to drop clothing sizes and notice it, I was.
Yeah.
But now I'm more proud of myself.
Yeah.
That I've done it. I think because the last few months as well have been a struggle to lose the last few kilos, because after a year your weight levels out.
Yeah.
9 months to a year you start to settle and it levels out, and that's pretty much where you're going to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, not forever. You can do things to change it.
You should be very proud of yourself,
Thanks.
because it is a massive achievement and a massive milestone. And yes, it was hard physically and mentally, I'm sure. I mean, I haven't been through it, so I can't speak. But, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
And you should be very, very proud of yourself. But yeah, no, it's like everyone's stories. Just because you had a little bit of help doesn't mean that your story goes out the window.
Yeah. No.
It's still the mental struggle. It's still the physical struggle. It's still and a lot of people still need to learn how to eat and portion control and all that stuff, even when they do it naturally. But you had to force yourself to learn how to eat.
Yeah.
Again, essentially.
Pretty much.
So change your whole mindset on how the fuck do I do this?
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone's story is unique and different.
And trying not to binge eat again.
Yeah.
There was a time there where I went back into little binge eating habits. I couldn't eat as much, but I was going back.
Yeah.
Constantly. I was like, oh, chocolate, oh, a little bit of, like for a long time there I couldn't eat like cakes or anything like that. It didn't sit well with me. I can stomach anything now. But there was a little bit there, and there was like a couple of weeks, and I was like, well, fucking, like, noticed it, had to pull myself back out of it.
Yeah.
Like it still happens.
It's good.
It'll be with me forever.
Yeah.
It's just something that I have to learn to manage, and I think now, the last few months, being a little bit more consistent with my own training, because I was going to like a like a class gym for a little while, doing classes. But now that I'm doing it,
Is that the new one?
Point blank.
Oh, yeah.
But now that I'm back at Snap,
I
was like, I need to.
There's no one there to.
Yeah. It's just me. So now it's like I kind of go by like 80% eating to fuel myself, and then like 20% eating for like funsies.
Yeah. Which
like if I want a little chocolate, I'm gonna have a little chocolate because it makes me feel good.
Which is
just have the fucking chocolate.
Yeah.
Like,
eat the chocky.
Eat the chocky.
Just don't have a whole bag of chockies.
Go out and have a baby with your friends. Like
I did that last night. Fuck me. My guts are cooked. Yeah, no, I absolutely loved that you come on. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do it.
It's okay.
Does mean a lot for me. And if anyone is, do you want to drop your social media?
I don't even know what it is.
Well, so I would highly suggest.
Sorry, what?
I would highly suggest you go onto your TikTok.
My TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I like seeing it. I don't care if people get annoyed. I like seeing it.
It's nice to see though, because like those transformation videos are sick.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone does a transformation video like when you lose weight, because it's good to see this is what I used to look like. This is now what I look like, and it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good for you to see.
I mean, thinking about doing like a what I eat in the day kind of thing, so people can see what it's like.
I reckon you should do it. Let me find. Go away. Oh, babe.
Hello.
Alicia. I still think your name is pronounced wrong. I'm sorry.
Alicia.
Alicia Livingstone 1.
Who's that?
That's you.
Oh, that's my TikTok.
Who's that? That's you. She's got some. I mean, she's only got 7 videos on there, but the fucking transformation is crazy. So fucking crazy. And I'll try if I can.
I'm also very open to anyone who wants to talk about it or wants
and
help with decisions, or if they've just started or just had it or something. Like, I'm very open about it. I mean, at first I was like, oh, what are people going to think? But now I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's good.
It's happened. It is what it is. It's my life. And I want to help people as well. So.
Well, do you want me to tell them your Instagram?
Isn't that like Livingstone _Alicia_?
There you go.
Hi.
Perfect.
Got it.
Perfect. On the first go too. But yeah, no, if you have any questions about it, go see Alicia or go message her. And as she just said, she'll be able to give some answers. I usually
look like I hate my life, but I'm very friendly.
She's very friendly.
I'm just riddled with anxiety, sorry.
But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, and all that type of stuff. It means a lot to me, and it helps the channel out a little bit. All right, guys, that is the end of the episode. I just want to say a massive thank you to Alicia for coming on the potty and opening up about the struggles that she's been through. Thanks for tuning in to the Intersect podcast, where the laughs and the real talk meet. Remember, nearly 1 in 5 adults experience mental health issues, but you are never alone. If you are struggling or just need someone to talk to, just reach out. Stay safe, stay connected, and take care of each other, guys.